What is going on, everyone? My name is Will. We got a couple service calls we're doing today. We got one that I'm just about ready to pull up to. It's a no heat call. We've never been there before, so not sure exactly what type of system we're going to be walking into, what the problem is, but I'm going to take you along for the ride and see what we can get into. All right, we got an Amana here. Nothing is currently running, not even the blower. Let's see what we got in terms of codes, if anything's flashing or not. Doesn't even look like anything's flashing on the control board. Let's see, let's open this guy up here. We got some major rust going on. What the heck? Almost looks like it's coming from this corner here. Maybe this gasket is gone or something. I gotta look into that. Yeah, you can see the gasket's right there. I bet you this gasket needs replaced. Alright, let's see. Everything looks normal. Deucer's not bound up. No wires are hanging off anywhere. Gas valve's on. I like to just look at everything first before I go and really tear into this thing. Like I said, I'm not getting a code on the control board, so let's actually pop this off here. And just for the time being, I'm gonna put some tape over that door switch so we can lock this guy out here. Hopefully my tape sticks. This tape sucks that I have. Yeah. Alright. I actually have a magnet. I'm gonna get my magnet for this door switch real quick. Got this chunky boy. Bam. Oh, are you kidding me? It's still not gonna work. Get out of here. Alright. It's barely on there, but it's working. It's working. Alright. So, we got no blinks. Our fuse is good because obviously our board's lit up. Let's just start checking power here. I mean, let's see how I can position my light here. Kind of lean it a little bit right here. There we go. So let's just start by checking our incoming power, make sure our power is good. Start with the basics. Alright. So let's see. 120. Oh, don't want to do that. Pull our leads out just a little bit. That way I can get my meter on there. So we got 120 coming into the transformer. And that's our common. 24 is right here. Gotta take these little guards off. And we got 27.5 volts. So we got good voltage. My lead popped out. So let's see if we got a call for anything. We're going to go from common. Actually, let's just go to R, make sure we got power on the board. Yeah, okay, 27. So common to W. We got, you guys probably can't see that. We got nothing between common and W. Let's go common and G. Got nothing on our fan. And just for the heck of it, common and Y. Nothing. Okay, so we got nothing going on here. So I'm going to run up to the stat real quick, see what the stat's doing. And actually, before I go up there, let's check this filter. Filter's good. Alright, let's see what we got on that stat. Looks like it's set on emergency heat. We got off cool heat, emergency heat. Let's see if our fan kicks on. I don't hear any fan. Nothing. All right. So let's turn it off to just regular heat this time. 60 in the room, set on 70. Our fan's on auto. Let's see what we got. All right, I just came back to the stat, and here's the weird part. So you have your cool heat and emergency heat. So it almost looks like it's a heat pump thermostat. And when you pull this off the wall, you can see we got our blue wire going to B on the thermostat. W/E is on emergency heat, and the rest is normal. But when you go downstairs to the furnace, and as far as I know, that's the only system in this house. I went upstairs, I walked around outside. I only saw one condensing unit. That's just straight AC. I didn't see a reversing valve. So we got our coil, and then we got a furnace here, gas furnace. And if you look in the wiring here, there is no O or B. It's just straight AC or a furnace configuration. So I'm almost wondering if our thermostat is the issue, if maybe the homeowner replaced it himself. I'm not sure. So we'll see. I'm gonna swap those wires around that thermostat and check it out. So let's change this W. Let's see, W2, W. Actually, I'm gonna leave W/E because that still should be the heat. And then if we go B, change that to common wire. It's like I said, there is no outdoor heat pump unit. It's just a straight AC. And actually, I just got off the phone with our dispatch, and he said that the customer just rewired the stat because apparently he had an older one that was just running AC constantly no matter which mode it was in. So I want to say this, not only is the wiring a little janky, but I think this thermostat here is probably programmed wrong. Oh, I just heard something kick on. What the heck? What is going on here? All right, menu, text set. Gotta hold that down. Oh man, I don't even have the manual for this thing. All right, I gotta look up this manual here. So I really don't know these settings. I can't find a manual on this thing. I know it's some sort of pro thermostat, it looks like, because all these pro thermostats have that text set, but I can't find a model number anywhere. So I'm just going through here until I can maybe see if this thing is set to heat pump instead of like conventional. High limit, heating limit, cooling limit, electric. This might be it actually. Yep, gas. Programming. Gas. Okay, I think that's our ticket right there. Let's see. So it's set on heat, auto. Heat, auto, room set at 62. Let's set this to 72. It is not 67 in this room. That's because I was holding it. Oops. Let's just crank it up. Crank it up to 75. Hold, auto. Let's see if our fan works now. Maybe.
Still nothing. Oh, you know what? I think I have it off on the furnace. Maybe not. It is on. All right. So it's on. Our board's lit up. Now that thermostat was still flashing when I went up there, so I'm going to give it a second here and see if it turns on. Because there might be some sort of 5-minute delay in it. Still nothing on this. So I'm curious if we switch our white wire, because right now it's on W/E, which is our emergency. If I switch this guy over to W2, if that'll engage on the regular heating mode. Like I said, I can't find the manual for this thing just because there's no stinking model numbers anywhere. So I'm kind of just spitballing at this point. The manual will tell you, if this is a heat pump application or a gas application, where to land the wires. Let's see if that does anything. All right. We got heat set on, crank it up back up to 75, hold. Yeah, because give me a flame symbol, if you guys can see that. Flame symbol +1. So I'm thinking that's like its second stage. It's still blinking, come on. See if that does something. All right, our stat just clicked. Let's see what we got. Nothing. Man. All right, let's check our voltage again here. So we're gonna go common to, where's our W at? Our W. Oh, look at that, man. That's why. Look at that, look. We got our white wire hanging here. Not even connected to anything. So our blue wire is actually our W. That's why nothing's calling. Man, I did not see that. I wonder why that's not connected. Maybe it's broke somewhere? I don't know. Alright, well, that would make a lot of sense why this thing's not kicking on. So let me go back up there and change this wire over. No matter where I land this W, our W now, this blue, at whether it's W/E or W2. I tried both terminals on the heating setting, both terminals on the emergency heat setting. Nothing's kicking anything on this stat, so I almost want to say that this stat's bad. So I got one here. It's just a single heat, single cool. I'm gonna get it swapped out and then see what that does. Got the new stat on. Let's see. Got our batteries in. We're all good there. Oh, little badge fell off. There we go. So, heat, 70. Click. We got heat. We got it. Yeah, I'm thinking I don't know. I mean, it looks like a brand new stat, but no matter what configuration I use on this thing, it would never work. On W or W2, heat, emergency heat, nothing. What tipped me off this thing maybe being bad is my fan didn't even turn on when I turned it to on. And I mean, you can't mess up a G terminal. It's green. Green goes to green. So I'm gonna leave this here for the customer. Looks like, oh my gosh, look at this. Da da da, manual. Ay ay ay. Let me look over this. I might be swapping this thing out again. I didn't even realize I was sitting right there. Deucer's a little noisy there. So after looking at that manual for the old thermostat that was on the wall before I replaced it, everything in the programming that I did was right for it. My W wire should have been on, this blue wire for heat should have been on W/E, and that should have worked with that setup there. It wasn't, bringing on the heat at all. So I actually want to say that that stat was probably bad out of the box, because the customer just bought it. My G wire should have turned the fan on and off. It didn't. So even though that was a new stat, I'm thinking it was bad out of the box. As you just saw, we had our heat on here. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna clean this flame sensor real quick. Just look at the burners, make sure the burners are good. Obviously make a note that this gasket back here is leaking, it looks like. Probably check my blower capacitor if it does have one, which I think it does, because this looks like it. Yeah, here's our wires for it right here. So I'm gonna do that, and then should be it. All right, with these flame sensors, you're not supposed to use sandpaper on them. Usually people use like a dollar bill or their shirt, but I like to use a red Scotch-Brite pad. I believe these are one of the finer, I don't even know what you would call it, like the abrasiveness grade. They're pretty fine, and they're good for these flame sensors. They don't mark them, they don't score them or anything. It just removes all that stubborn gunk on there. Holy crap. Oh my gosh, look at the size of that thing. Wow, this is crazy. I don't think I've ever seen a blower capacitor this big before. This is unreal. I gotta take this whole thing out. All right, a big old 7/16 screw later, we finally got Big Bertha out of here. Look at the size of that thing. Holy crap. 20 UF. Let's see. Let's see if she's still good. Ooh, 14.9. Bertha's got to go. I've never seen a capacitor, a 20 microfarad capacitor this big before. That is incredible. At 25, I got 15. We might have to jump something together here. Alright, yeah, looks like that's what we're gonna have to do here. So I'm gonna take a 15. And where's my 5s at? My 5. And basically, we're just going to jump them together. So we'll take the 5, jump it over to the 15. and together they'll make 20. We got our capacitor here all strapped up. It's about the best places I was gonna able to find in this blower compartment. So we got it taped up real well, got the ends taped up, zip tied real well. And actually I'm gonna write on this blower motor housing 20 UF right there. As I was just sitting here, you can see the water. Get my light on this better. You can see the water dripping from there. It's already wet, so it looks like it's coming from this gasket right here, and that's pretty common on these Goodman furnaces. So I'm going to talk to the customer about replacing this gasket and also this inducer motor. I'm going to check the amperage on it, make sure it's good, but it almost sounds like the bearings are going in it, so we're going to talk to him about that too. Can't see that. It says 2.8 amps is a full load amperage. About 2.5, so it's not over amping, but bearings don't sound great. Got our flame. Should be good to go here. Let it run for a few minutes. Check it out. Definitely gonna have to replace that gasket though. That gasket's a problem. Alright guys, so that is it. She's up and running. Stat set at 70. I watched it tick up a degree, make sure everything's running. And it's good to just kind of look over everything on these things. You know, I could have just replaced the stat and rolled, but you know, I cleaned the flame sensor, checked that blower capacitor. I'm glad I did because it was on the weaker side, just to prevent any future issues over here. So hopefully you enjoyed the video. It's the first time me doing something like this. If you're newer to the field, hopefully you learned something. If you are more experienced in the field, hopefully you can teach me something. Like I said, it's the first time me doing this, so let me know if you like it. Let me know if you dislike it, what I can improve upon. And that is it. I'm going to be on my way to another call. I actually have two issues over there. One's for a ceiling like shop gas heater, and the other is a tube fire gas heater that's not working. So probably not going to be able to get any footage over there just because it's a mechanic shop and usually it's always so stinking loud over there. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed, and catch you on the next one.